Hello, people. Now, if you recently noticed, I recently had to stop working on my Five Nights with Boxes project because Tynker doesn't like me and it doesn't want to sync my account. But we can do something else. Don't worry. I can teach you guys I can teach you guys how to make a FNAF game inside of Tynker. I know it's crazy. I mean, it's actually, it gets easier, don't worry. Because I've been doing this for over a year, I should be able to do this in like a few videos, so let's get right to it. So, this is just part one, so we're gonna start with the title screen, because we need a title screen. So let's go to, you don't have to do this, by the way. I just do this because I always do it. So let's first go to the station background. I personally like to use raster. Don't question me, okay? Let's just make the background black for now. That's what I like to do. Next up, we want to, well, let's make a title. It doesn't matter what you call it, really. You just need to make a title or something so people know what you're playing. So I'm gonna call mine. No, I'm gonna stop because actually I'm just gonna call it Five Nights at Okay, I'm gonna call it Five Nights at Tutorial with tutorials. So you can call yours something else. Okay, so I decided to change mine to Five Nights with Sky because it's just better because it's just me. So yeah, it just makes sense, you know. So no, let's make the thing smaller. You can put it wherever you want, but I'm gonna put mine where I put mine. I'm just gonna put it where it usually is, right up here. Let's call it title, just so we know what it is. For the next part, we want to add buttons. For this, obviously we want to make buttons, so let's make 2 buttons. First of all, let's just make a blank button. And let's duplicate it. Make sure it's on the same X level as this. I'm gonna change mine to like negative 360 and change this to like 10, just because it's better for me. So now I could change this to minus 360 and minus 170. And there we go. We got 2 buttons. You might be asking, what are the buttons for? Well, something. They will be for something. Now let's add one more. One more actor for now. This would tell you which. This would tell you which night it is. So, we're gonna need we're gonna need to write down one for each night. So like, you know. Night. I'm just not gonna try too hard because this is not gonna be like much of an official game or anything. No, it will be official because I created it, but like I just I don't care enough to actually like work too hard on this since I'm probably not gonna be doing much with Tynker anymore because I have other stuff to do. Like my second channel, and wait a second, did I just, my second channel, and, you know, I have to start working on the next game, like, the actual, like, a better game than what Five Nights with Boxes was gonna be, because obviously I still want to make a game about my characters. So obviously I gotta do it. But now that we're done with all the night things, we can move it to, I would recommend moving it, like, near the second button. You see why in a second. It looks, although you don't have to put it next to the second button, you can put it really anywhere if you want. So, what you're going to want to do now is you're going to start editing the button that you made. The first one. So you're going to call this, you want to put the text on here, new game. And then you can do whatever else you want to it. It's not going to do much, it's just creating a new game. And then this is going to be continue. So I'm going to just write continue. There we go. So now we got new game and continue. But obviously they don't work because we didn't actually do any coding yet. We've just been doing drawing and adding actors. But first, before we start doing other stuff, we're going to call this, we want to call our name our buttons. So this is going to be new game button. Oh. Sorry, I'm recording this at like 10 at night. This is going to be continue button. And now we should have both of our buttons named. We still want to call this something though. So we're going to call this night button. No, not button, just night. Then let's put this to the exact same like at the same exact area as everything else. So let's put this at -340. There we go. Now we can start working on the you know, the buttons. Actually, wait, or should we? I feel like we should add one more actor. And this is gonna be the character that you want to show. Like, it could be, if you want multiple characters, I can make another tutorial for that later on. But for now, I'm just gonna make a tutorial on how to make just one character for now. So I'm just gonna draw my own personal character, because, you know, that's what the game's named after of. Okay, now that I got my character down, I think it's now time to I think now we can just exit for now, because we can work on this on another episode, but for now, let's just leave it like that. So, you can call this whatever you want to call your character. Or, you know, you could just call this, menu character as well. Doesn't really matter. Of course, you have to move it, obviously. So you move it right there. That's good. Now, for the finishing touches for this episode, let's actually work on the character thing. I know I said I wasn't gonna do it, but, you know, I kind of changed my mind. So, actually, we're gonna want to make duplicates of this one. It doesn't matter how many you do. I'm just gonna do 2 for now. So I'm gonna do, like, oh no, forgot Tynker's still weird. But anyways, I'm just gonna make my character look different. shouldn't take too long. But a reminder that you don't just have to like change the facial expression. You could just like change like you can change the entire, you can change like their pose and everything too if you want. But just for this tutorial, I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna take way too long. And now that we got our 3 things done, we can now save. And then we're actually gonna code something. So, on start, we're gonna do forever. Repeat. Now we're gonna add a repeat thing. Because now we're gonna want to do pick random from 1 to 2. Then we're gonna put another pick random 1 to 2. Then we're gonna do, okay, no, we're not gonna do another pick random. Then we're gonna do, like, switch the costume, pick random 2 to 3. After we do that, we're gonna do switch the costume drawing. Of course, we want to make the thing a bit slower, so like 0.5 with the 0.05. That's way too fast though. So we're gonna make it 0.075. There we go. So, now that we got this working, now we just have to add a little bit more code before we start. So, we're gonna add some variables. We're not gonna use them yet, but we're gonna keep them here for now. So but we're not gonna add a lot. So we're just gonna add night. That's all we're gonna add. On start. Okay. So actually, let's put an on start show on everything that's already here. Just because we probably don't need it. Now, after that, we're gonna need when actor touched. We're gonna need to do broadcast start. We're not gonna do anything with this either yet. But now we just have to set night to 1. Next up, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna bring it for everything right here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put like an if statement. So let's do that. So now there's like 5 sections. And then we're gonna put switch the costume in each one. We're gonna put each of the costumes in a different one, obviously, because I mean, why else would we need 5? And now we need some equals. So this is where the night variable comes in useful right now. So if night equals, and then for this one it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the last one already, it just any other one. That's strange. On start, let's keep it as is. So actually, we do have a way to fix this though. So whenever the thing is like, we can make it so whenever something is like not, whenever something's like not less than or more than something, such as like if night is like less, if is like not more than 0, but it's also not less than, I mean, I don't know whether that, but it's also not less than 6. Yeah, let's do 6. If it's so like if it's not more than 0, and it's also not less than 6, that means it's gonna, now we're gonna make it, put in here, make it set the night to 1. This way, now it just sets it straight to 1. And if we want to ever change it, like if we want to change it to like 4 or something, but just give me a second. So, well, I forgot. So, yes, so that's, okay, so, whatever night it is, it just sets it to. I thought it was doing something wrong for a second. Okay. And just set this to whenever actor touched, broadcast start. Do not add the night thing, just broadcast start, because this just means you're continuing from where you left off at. Well, and obviously there's no saving system or anything. That's why in my actual Five Nights with boxes, you can't, there's no actually, that's why there's like, whenever you click on the night thing, it just switches to that night. But anyways, that's the end of the first tutorial. In the second one, we're gonna be doing other stuff like, we're gonna actually be making the game, it's actually like, we're actually gonna be going into it finally. So, that's gonna be fun, I guess. Also, we're probably not gonna add more nights until like later on, but also then again, I feel like I want you guys to be creative with what you make, because I don't want to tell you guys what to do for everything, because I just made I'm just like telling you the basics of how to make a basic FNAF game. You can make it however you want after I'm done with all the tutorials. But anyways, the last thing we're gonna do in this tutorial is just save the project. It's very easy. So let's call this 5 Nights with Sky. Or it could be anything else. It could be anything else, whatever it's called for your game. But anyways, that's basically all you need to know for the title screen right now. There's nothing else that's really needed, like the mods that are inside my game or anything else like that. This is just the basic needs that you'd need for just the title screen. So, hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. If you guys have any questions, you can tell me, I guess. If you have any questions, it's fine if you don't, or if you don't want to comment anything, yeah, that's perfectly fine too. But if you have anything that you really want to know how to do or something, you can let me know in one of the tutorials. So, thanks for watching. Adios.